So I am on my paint break right now, and I was just thinking, because I've been seeing a lot about English allergic going around. Now, first of all, I appreciate his work. I like what he does, but I personally can never follow his page because there's just too much unaliving going there. I love that he creates awareness. I love that he's trying to make people aware of what's going on in society, but I just mentally cannot even digest that information. It is too much. On top of everything we have to deal with, we have to see things like that, and I really praise him for that because he is strong. Now, our leaders will try to pretend that they don't see what's going on. There has been absolutely no solutions to everything that he posts on his page. But I want to talk about him on a different angle. So apparently, I never knew this because I never saw the videos. Apparently, according to him, that there was a point in time where he was against VDM, or at least speaking out. Now, remember, guys, nobody ever said don't speak out. If you don't believe in what VDM does, that's completely okay. You can, it's the continuous bashing that I find very funny and ridiculous, because the truth is none of us are doing what they do, but no problem. And in this particular clip right here, he had mentioned that VDM had called him to get information and then made a connection to some army personnel and all that. And that's the one, apart from the fact that people just went completely crazy. Oh my God, please be careful. Oh my God, VDM will hurt you. Oh my God, see what he has done to others. Number one, let's be realistic. You guys act as if you don't know exactly the truth, but you just pretend not to know. Now, there's absolutely no one VDM has come forward that he did not deserve it. These are people that were always finding a way to dupe the public, to dupe each and every one of you. And he attacked and he came guns blazing, right? And somehow I understand why majority of you don't like it, because you're exactly that kind of character, and you're scared that one day, your name will be put on blast also. So you get scared, which is rightfully okay. Now, as much as this young man over here said he had an issue with VDM, do you secretly know what this guy was praying for? Do you secretly know if this is what he always wished for? At the end of the day, if we sit down and think, everyone in their own little way is trying to fix the country. And you thinking you can fix the country on your own is an illusion. That can never happen. There are too many sectors, there are too many areas, and you also want to present a united front. You cannot have one man from one tribe when tribal wars are such a big deal in Nigeria. But imagine an Igbo man comes together, a Yoruba man comes together, an Edo person comes together, and together they form this group that can help society in their different ways. Now, you getting along with VDM doesn't mean you have to automatically become a rata. No, you do your thing and you get your praises from your end, but as long as you guys are not killing each other on the internet, because at this end of the day, you're all working for the same goal, the same country. It's just that sadly sometimes people want to take more credit than the other. Now, my issue I had with English allergy is, listen, you're grown. If you pay attention to the teachings our parents have been giving us for decades, it is always one thing. Sometimes it is good to be silent when there's a blessing coming your way. Sometimes it is good to wait for your blessings to become fruitful before you start spreading it to people. Because realistically, nobody wants to see you make it. Nobody wants to see you happier than them. And the same VDM that majority of people bash would be eagerly, excitedly, arms open to say hello to him or to welcome him or to even interact with him. Your conversation with VDM should have never been broadcasted to the general public. We cannot sit and pretend that we do not know that people are hateful. People do not want to see you grow more than them. And instead of a joyful moment, which probably could have also helped, I don't know what happened after that, but maybe it would have helped or enhanced your projects. Now it's being scrutinized and left to peasants to judge and warn you. Like, really? You're grown. So this is a lesson for everyone. When you're working on something great in your life, sometimes certain parts, it is very important to stay silent. The average human being sometimes might be happy for you, But there's this part of jealousy or resentment that they push that energy into the world, and half the time you would end up not making that thing you want to make. And this happens in people's personal lives. Forget internet. A lot of times I know how many things I have lost in my life, even recently too, because I opened my mouth before it became fruitful. Learn to control what comes out of your mouth. When I tell people keep your business private, sometimes it is crucial, because people do not want to see you happy. It is that simple. I keep away my family from the public. I keep away my goals and ambition from the public. The only thing you see me do is come and make content and post my art when it's done. You will never really catch me show you my artwork before it's done, because the one time I tried it, it didn't go well after that. So no. Now, just to show you how wicked the average Nigerian is, you are busy struggling and putting your life in danger, right? And they are busy trying to report you to DSS. These are the same people you are fighting for. They ignored Justice Crack. Nobody, apart from Mama P and Randy Peters and a few others that keep fighting on a daily for the freedom of Justice Crack. Nobody else really cares. Everybody has moved on. I know how every day it bothers me and it pains me that I'm not even in Abuja to help. But the least we can do as Nigerians, because this is not about just one person, this is about the masses. Now, he comes out to tell you that, listen, this bandits called me. And in that situation, it is great that he did that, because you never know what could happen down the line, and they would see his contacts on these bandits' phone, and then they would automatically assume he was part of it. So I'm glad he brought it out. But you see that the same Nigerians you're trying to risk your life for are the same Nigerians that are trying to report you. Like, does it make sense? And probably most of them are doing that because they already dislike the fact that you might be or are working with VDM on certain issues. They detest him that much. Oh God, people are jobless though. I mean, realistically though, do you know how in the 24 hours, do you know how much productivity you can achieve in 24 hours? Do you know how many great things you can start? If you decide to sell 200 million t-shirts at $1 each to Nigerians, do you realize how rich you'll be? I mean, there's so many ideas and there's but instead you want to report our fellow human being, our fellow Nigerian to DSS. Why? You guys are wicked. And I keep saying this, and the longer I post and I create content, and even it makes it very difficult for me to be who I want to be, because I love interacting with people. But sometimes when I see how backwards thinking people are, it keeps me away from my comment section also, which I detest that, because I love the people on my page. And also I'm very, very busy. That's not even, I try my best. I really appreciate each and every one of you. But if we cannot stand for each other, what are we working for? If every time because someone is associated with someone else, you try to throw him under the bus, then what are we standing for? Go to sleep tonight and ask yourself, what are you actually fighting for? Because sometimes I get confused also, because the same people you try to speak to would always find a way to pick and choose your words. They'll combat your words without understanding where you're coming from. The same people that will put I love you today, when it hits a nerve on another post, they will still be the same people to call you a witch. What are we really fighting for? We cannot fix Nigeria on our own. It is impossible. The sooner we realize this and put all our childishness aside and work together as a unit, that's the only time it would work. One or two people cannot and will never be able to take care of the masses. It is impossible. And even to expect that from them is inappropriate at this point. We need voices, man. We need stands. We need different ethnicity. We need different tribes coming together. We need this for the survival of our country. Let's fix the country, and then we can start even working on mindsets. Because at this point, oh God, God help us.